Today we are going to continue with the same topic, solving the exercises from the page 170. In the key concept, you have that you can solve markup and markdown problems using the percent equation. For example, the first diagram you have at the left part of the page, you have a blue part with the new value and the original value is the red part. So the new value is greater than the original value because you are increasing the price, okay, or the measure of something. In this case, I'm talking about the amount of markup. So it's going to be a greater price than the original. In the part that I have to the right, the new value is less than the original value because I am working with the markdown, okay? So when I have the markdown, the new value is going to be less than the original value. The amount of markup or markdown is what you have represented, okay? By the difference of the two quantities. And you have the formula for each one. Now we can go to the question number 1. Start to answer this. And they ask you, do you understand? How are the concepts of markup and markdown related to the percent equation? I can write this using the first line we have on the key concept. You can solve markup and markdown problems using the percent equation, so they are related to the percent equation. You can solve markup and markdown problems using the percent equation. And you already know what is the percent equation, okay? Equation, no equations. Okay, for the number 2, what does the amount of the markup or markdown represent in the equation? What does the amount of the markup or markdown represent in the percent equation? So what is going to represent this? For example, for the markup, the amount of markup and the new value is going to be greater than the original value. And for the markdown, the new value is going to be less than the original value. So I'm going to write in here the number 2. With the amount of markup, the new value is going to be greater than the original value. The original value, okay. And for the next one, with the amount of markdown, the amount of markdown represents that the new value is going to be less than the original value, okay? With the amount of markup, the new value is going to be greater. Sorry, here is sorry. The amount of markdown, okay, represent a decrease on the price, so it's going to be less. Now this is for the 1 and the number 2. Now for the number 3, we need to generalize. And when an item is marked up by a certain percent and then marked down by the same percent, is the price equal to the price before the markup in markdown. Okay, if first I increase the price and later I want to decrease the price again by the same percent. Remember, we solved something similar in the last example, in the last topic. When you have that a store manager mark up a $10 flash drive by 20% and later she then mark it down by 20% again. So explain why the new price is not the same. Okay, in this case, it's not going to be the same either. So no, it's not going to be the same. No, is not going to be the same because the price has already been increased. So it's not going to be the same because the price has already been increased, okay? If you obtain the same percent, but you have different values, you start with a price, later you increase it and try to obtain the same percent of this, it's not going to be the same result, okay? So now we can continue with the practical types. You already copied this. Then we can go to the example 4 if you want. This part is about do you know how? An item costs $4 before the tax and $4 with 32 cents after sales tax. What is the sales tax rate? They are asking you about only the rate. They are not asking you about any percent. For example, okay, they are not going to ask about any percent, so you don't need to do anything else but a subtraction, okay? Only a subtraction. You have $4 with 32 cents minus $4. This is the only thing you need to do, and you find that the tax is going to be $0.32. So this is the tax. This is equal, sorry, this is equal $0.32. This is for the number 4. You can replace it in the equation, but we don't have the original price. We don't have the price of sale. We don't have a percent. So this is the only thing they are asking you for. This is for the example 4. I'm going to write the number in here, up here. Okay. Now for the number 5, keep your microphone deactivated, please, guys. Now for the number 5, Sheila buys 2 concert tickets from her friend. She pays $90 for the 2 tickets. This is what she paid for the 2 tickets, $90, okay. She looks at the tickets and sees that each ticket has a face value of 52.50. So you obtain that each ticket costs $52.50. And how many tickets she have? She have 2 tickets, so I'm going to add this again, 52.50. So when you add this, you are going to obtain $105. Her friend sell the tickets for $90, but the original price of the original cost of this is $105 in the 2 tickets. So what is the difference? I'm using this to find the difference. I'm going to subtract to obtain the amount of markdown. They asking you in the part A, how much of a markdown did her friend give Sheila? Explain how you know. So for A, I'm going to write in here A. I'm going to subtract. This is the total of the cost for the tickets when you buy it in other place. But her friend sold the tickets for only $90. So I'm going to find the subtraction, and what is the result of this is going to be the amount of markdown. Okay, the difference between the two prices is going to be the markdown. So they are $15. 105 minus 90, they are $15. And what we need to do in the other step, look at the, okay, but they are asking you explain how. So we subtract, sorry, this is not capital letter, this is in here, okay. We subtract the real price of the tickets and the price that her friend sold it. We subtract the real price of the tickets and the price that her friend sold it to Shayla. And we can use solve them, and then, because I'm talking about two tickets, not one. The price that her friend sold them to Shayla. Okay, I think that is complete in here. And now we are going to solve B. For B, they are asking you what was the percent markdown rounded to the nearest whole percent. How I'm going to find this, the percent markdown? In here, I'm going to use the equation. So what is the equation? Markdown equal the percent markdown. You have the equations, okay? I'm only going to copy, but you already have it. Percent markdown multiplied by what? Multiplied by the cost, the original value. But the original value is going to be 90, right? It's going to be the, okay, it's going to be the, sorry, the original value in this case is not going to be, I was about to say it's not going to be 90, because 90 is the price with the discount she gave to her friend. The original value is the price you can find the tickets, okay? So when you have this, you only replace the markdown, you already have it. They are $15. And the other part you have is the original value. So I'm going to replace $15 is equal the percent markdown. This is what I need to find, so I'm going to use a variable p. I don't have the value of this. And this is going to be multiplied by the original value, that is 105. What is going to be the next step I'm going to do? The 105 is multiplying p, so I'm going to pass it to the other side to divide. And I have this 15 divided by 105. This is equal p. So finally, what is the value for p? Is going to be 14%. You are going to obtain the answer in decimals, and later you multiply it by 100. So finally, we obtain 14%. 15 divided by 105 is 0.1428. Is this one? 0.1428. But we don't have to keep the decimals. We multiply by 100 and we obtain the 100%, okay? So the percent markdown is going to be a 14%. This is what we have for this exercise. I'm going to ask you until this part if you have any question or something like this. Okay, then we can work in the exercise 6. And we need to find the sale prices. What are going to be the sale prices, okay? And I'm going to copy the equation again. Markdown is going to be equal the percent markdown. This is multiplied by the original value. So I'm going to do the same for the exercise A and B. Okay, A to $4,200 with a 30% markdown. So we are going to find the markdown. We can use a variable. What variable did we use yesterday? M for the markdown. So yes, I'm going to use M today too. The percent, you have the percent markdown they give you is 35% in the first one, 35%, but you are not going to multiply by the percent. I divide by 100 and I obtain 0.35. And this is going to be multiplied by the original value. The original value they have is 4,200. So please multiply this and we are going to obtain the value for the markdown for the first one. Imagine that there is an item that you are trying to sell in $4,200, okay? But you want to give a discount to the clients, for example, so you are decreasing a 35%. We are going to obtain the markdown. This is going to be this discount. But later I need to subtract the original value minus the discount to obtain the price that is going to sell this article. So only multiply this, please. 0.35 times 4,200 is going to be 1,470 for the first one. This is the markdown, but for to find the price to sell this article, I'm going to subtract. So if I have $4,200, I'm going to subtract the dollars of the discount. They are 1,470, and this is going to be the price, sale price. So 4,200 minus 1,470 is going to be equal to 2,730. This is for the first one. And now for B, I need to do the same, exactly the same. I'm going to find the markdown. The markdown is the discount, okay? Is the difference in the prices. Remember, okay? Then I'm going to find the markdown with a 44%. So if this is a 44%, I'm not going to write the 44%. Remember, I divided by 100 to multiply. I need to have the decimals. 0.44, sorry, 0.44. This is the percent, and this is going to be multiplied by the amount you have of money, $5,000. $5,000. I'm going to give more space in here. Okay. So we only need to multiply in here and we obtain the value for the markdown. The markdown is 0.44 multiplied by 5,000. This is 2,200 or 2,200. Okay, 2,200. In this case, then I only need to subtract the original price minus the discount. This is the discount, the markdown. So I have in dollars, $5,000 minus the discount. They are $2,200. This is going to be equal 5,000 minus 2,200 is going to be equal 2,800. Okay, this is the price you are going to sell this article. Then I think that they are all the examples in this page. You need to finish the page 171 and page 172. Remember, you send this on Friday with the homework from the other topic we are going to solve tomorrow. Tomorrow we start with the other topic, solve simple interest problems. I told you if you want to start, okay? You already have the homework you need to present for this week, so you can start working in that if you want. I'm going to finish in here sharing the screen, guys, and we don't have much time to the class, so I'm only giving you 1 minute if you want to ask something, okay? So I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish recording the class.